Gather your chairs around, boys. Uncle Joe's going to tell us a story.
I like how you're adventurous like that, Jeff.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
Calm down, calm down. Where is the place you all like to have your bourbon the most? Is there a physical spot? Is there a
Oh, I was going
restaurant?
to say in my mouth.
Well, that's cruel.
Um,
You're supposed to pour it
You
over
gotta
the top of your,
save those jokes. What's wrong with
over
you?
the top of your head.
Looking over at the selection of bourbons, and the person taking me around said, "Oh yeah, we have plenty of bourbon." And I said, "There's no such thing as plenty of bourbon." So
Set them straight.
Welcome to the Beast of Bourbon podcast with your hosts, Jeff.
Joe,
Mark,
and Riley.
each episode, we will discuss topics related to bourbon.
as well as anything else that pops into our head.
Because after all, we don't know Jack.
On a more serious note, if you have a friend or loved one who has a drinking problem,
Please know there are resources available to help you.
Always drink responsibly.
All right. Welcome back to the Beast of Bourbon podcast. I am Mark.
you are.
Yep, last time I looked. And who are my other charming hosts?
I'm Jeff.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Riley.
All right. We welcome you back to this little passion project that we call the Beast of Bourbon podcast. We have a full itinerary, as we always do. Our lead topic is something we've done in the past. It's going to be a blinded taste test. And for this one, I had found the bourbon. I had sent it out. Boys, we all got our bottles of holy water.
Holy water.
Very nice.
Oh, look at you. Oh, Riley with an actual glass like an adult.
A little bit of class. Bringing a little bit of class to the gas.
Ooh, I'm feeling bad that I didn't.
That's right. You guys were like at the sideline of a high school football game there.
Oh, but he has a glass. Now I feel like I should run upstairs and get one, but forget it.
Oh.
Just forget it.
Again,
You had one job.
pretty much. We've seen a pattern here.
Unprepared.
Yes.
All right. So this
Maybe I could pour out the coffee into
that'll work.
something.
That'll work.
just do a mixer.
This is what I do during work. I'm drinking coffee.
Perfect. So the somebody I take care of at my office has a bourbon tasting club amongst his friends, and I got this one particularly from him. So if you want, we could taste it first and talk about it amongst ourselves, and I can give you all the details on it.
Smells like bourbon.
Yes, that's a big start.
Yeah, I really do need a glass, considering that I look like
I
I
tell
look
you,
like.
you look like a dad on the sideline of a high school football game.
I get that Kentucky hug.
Yep.
I only get a slight hug. I like it.
Yeah.
Carmelli.
Carmelo? It's Carmelo?
Anthony,
We
Fellow
get him
Nick,
as a guest.
fellow Nick fan.
Yeah.
right? Can you take one more sip?
Watching you drink out of the flask is classic.
Brings me back to college days.
It really does.
What's wrong with me?
Those Yale
that
football
mixer.
games.
Mindy will be very disappointed yet again.
No, she'll say it's on point.
You know, it's interesting. It looks well, maybe it's the light.
It's the light and the reflection on the whatever your shirt is and whatever.
Well, because I was wondering if in the glass it looks darker than yours, Mark.
Yeah,
No, they both look, at least from this point of view. Oh yeah, it does look darker.
yeah.
I mean,
I can't see through my glass.
Come on.
I'm wondering if it
Are
maybe
those your
it
X-ray
is a little-
glasses?
being in the flask does that. Because I think you guys said that last time.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I like this a lot.
I do
All right.
too.
Riley, tell us your thoughts
what are you
first.
thinking?
Oh, I'm a fan. This is real smooth. Can't tell what notes I'm getting at, so I'm gonna go in for another sip.
Yeah, now that you say it, Jeff, I taste a little of the caramel. And that was my third sip, is as we learned in the Louisville airport.
Yep. 3 sips.
At least 3 sips.
Why do I get the sense that Riley's going to keep looking for those notes through the rest of the afternoon into the evening?
Well, it is the weekend.
It's research, Mark. Damn it.
That's true.
Passionate about my research.
This is
Yeah,
part
but-
of our job now, gentlemen.
Jeff, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, really, really like it. Like I said, I thought it was, it had a caramely taste right away for me, a little thickness, a little molasses, maybe some sweetness. Light bite, which I like. I don't I don't like a big hug. I don't like a harsh taste. So quite nice.
Now that it's lingering in my mouth, I have a butter taste to it.
Yeah, you know
Mm.
what? I got that too. Only the master taster could come up with that.
I could see that.
But speaking of hug, I am a fan of the bro hug now and again.
Perfect.
That's good.
All right, good to know. Next time we see
So,
each. All
all
right.
right,
Want some,
Are we ready for
want some
the-
info?
Are we ready for the big reveal?
the big
All right.
reveal.
Get some info.
Move that bus.
Right. So this is produced by Heaven Hill,
Ooh.
but it's not a Heaven Hill name. It is a wheated bourbon.
Really?
Yep. The mash bill is 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley.
Yeah, I was spot on when I thought it was a high rye.
Nailed it. Nailed it. And it is larceny.
No kidding.
I would have never guessed that.
Me too. I had that a long time ago and thought, it was okay.
Yeah, exact same, Jeff. I had bought a bottle and obviously I drank it, but thought, nope. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go revisit that.
Small batch wheated bourbon.
So I don't know if I had their wheated. So maybe it was their
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
I think the wheated might have softened it out a little bit as opposed to having rye
Yeah.
in the mash bill.
Do you remember from the trip why the wheated smooths it out or makes it lighter?
The rye, I think, is what gives you more of the spice taste to it.
Right.
I think of like, not to sound stupid, but think of it like a rye bread compared to a whole wheat bread. You got a little more flavor out of a rye. That would be my thought process on it.
But I thought that I guess I was referring to the fact that it's wheated. So
Yeah. So instead of rye being in the mash bill, it's substituted with wheat.
I see. Thank you. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very tasty. It is very,
Yeah.
very.
So I'm sorry, you said one of your patients turned you on to that?
Yes, he is part of a bourbon tasting club amongst his friends. They gather irregularly. They each bring a bottle and they sample and they put together a list of tasting notes with them. And let me tell you, he sent me the list of everything. This is like highly researched and highly thought out. This is way above our level of skills. We do enjoy what we're drinking. We do have some thoughts about this.
Most everything is above our levels of skill.
It's just fair. We know this tastes like bourbon, which is always a good starting point. But we could pick up a couple of other flavors to it. I'm going to read you their tasting notes on this.
Awesome.
The whiskey presents notes of buttered wheat toast and caramel on the nose. The palate showcases toffee, orange zest, and baking spice. The finish is long and sweet with a hint of seasoned oak. Now, never having had seasoned oak in my mouth, I couldn't tell you what that's all about. But
Go hug a tray.
I might have to get some oak and then season it and then try it.
Yeah. Kind of like chaw.
Pretty much. It's just tree bark. But
I really do like their description. And as the four of us know, I'm not great at the tasting and the notes and all that stuff, but that seemed right on.
Yeah, this is a winner. It's a 46% APV. So this is actually quite crushable. You can have a few of these and not feel like you got to get rolled to bed. Yeah,
well,
I think that's a keeper.
Yeah, bravo. Thank you, Mark.
Well done.
I think that means I'm next up for the mystery flask. I actually did buy more flasks this week.
Attaboy.
So
and Riley, if you play your cards right, you won't have to buy one flask at all. You'll have enough for everybody.
True. Yep.
Clever how that works out.
Yes, it is. So
Cool.
this is a good one.
nice. So let's talk infinity bottles, because I think, Joe, you've got quite the bottle going. Mark, do you have one going right now?
No, but I want to hear about Joe's experiences because
All right. So let me get my my notes off the Only Drams app. So I did this
the idea of it.
back in a few Christmases ago. My kids got me a whiskey making kit. So I went on YouTube and looked at. I was looking to see if some other people had done this, and this guy who was into bourbon, he had done it, and his videos were from about started a year before, and so he's talking about what how it tasted. But then I started watching some of his other videos, and he was talking about an infinity bottle and how he had a decanter that he was pouring the last bits of. I think he was sticking with the Woodford um, distillery bourbons in the infinity bottle. So basically, what the infinity bottle is um, you take when you're towards the end of a bottle, and what I've done is most of my bourbons in the infinity bottle 2 to 4 ounces, and so you pour it in the infinity bottle, and then you list it, and it's basically like being
It's a
your own distiller.
blended bourbon.
Yeah, you're doing all the mixing yourself. So I got an old 1.5 liter bottle of Bullet that was empty. Surprising.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. So started filling it up. So right now, and I'm gonna read from the app. I've got 23 editions. I have not poured any out of it yet. 96.1 proof. It has 60.5 ounces in it.
I ask you a question on that. Does the Only Drams Act calculate the proof of everything you're putting in?
Yeah, I guess it does based on,
Wow.
yeah. So what I do is, so when I get low in a bottle and I want to put it in there, I will pour it into a measuring cup, see how many ounces. And then I scan the barcode off the bottle on the app. And so it brings it up from my inventory. And then I put how many ounces it in and add it, and then it recalculates everything. So,
That's sweet.
so the 23 are the Old Forester's King Ranch, Angel Envy Kentucky Straight Bourbon, Four Roses Single Barrel, Garrison Brothers Small Batch. I guess I did that twice. Maker's Mark, High West, Old Forester's 1920 Prohibition Style, Green River Bourbon, Chicken Cock Bourbon, Michener's Small Batch, Walcott Kentucky Straight Bourbon, McFarland's Reserve Select Bourbon, Garrison Brothers Small Batch. I think that's a repeat. Bondstone's Limited Triple Cask Bourbon, Jefferson Single Reserve, Wilderness Trail Weeded Bourbon Bottled in Bond, Bibb and Tucker Double Char, More High West, Hand Barrel Double Oak Straight Bourbon, Redwood Empire Pipe Dream Bourbon, Woodford Reserve, and Barrel Craft Spirits Foundation Bourbon.
Nice.
Which I guess we probably should have saved all that for when we do the tasting. But we can repeat it.
Yeah.
And is it supposed to be in as large a bottle as that is, or does it matter?
Jeff, it doesn't matter. I mean, I was, I've read about it, and like I said, some people use a decanter. It's a little more, that's actually a nicer presentation. And like I said, some people empty a bottle, clean it out. That was what I decided to do. And some people, I mean, they do it with whiskeys. That people do it with all sorts of different spirits. And then I actually was reading last night, someone actually mixed different liquors, like and I don't know what they mixed, but it was like whiskey, bourbon,
Gin?
I don't know. Gin would really be
I would think you
adventurous.
probably have to stick with brown spirits as opposed to mixing browns and clears. That's something in school.
Yeah, so that's been a fun project over the last probably 6 months now, 5-6 months.
Is this your first one, Joe?
This is my first one. But the cool thing about it is it's not like I'm just going to keep emptying it out and start a completely different one. As I start tasting it, and when we do the tasting, I'll send you guys some, and then but then I'll keep filling it back up. So it'll keep, the great thing about the Only Drams app, even though they're not a sponsor, and that'd be great if they were,
hands.
is that it recalculates every time I put something in.
Nice.
So
that's sweet.
Yeah, so
I might do that with this because I'm pretty much a few ounces left. I can make this my starter.
Nice. Yeah, I've never done one. I think you were introduced the concept to me, and it does make me kind of want to think about doing one. Although I'm not sure I have room in the liquor cabinet at this point. I don't know where I'd put that extra bottle. So,
what a dilemma!
Champions overcome adversity.
Thank you
First world problems.
all of the above are correct. Thank you for all the motivational talk.
Yeah, we're so sympathetic of your problems.
Or, you know, what you could do is you could go online and buy something, a cabinet.
Oh.
I know.
Ooh.
Radical ideas.
Right? I took a left turn.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what you should do?
What's that, Joe?
I would suggest,
Yes,
that
please.
since you like to make notes prior to us getting together, maybe you make notes of the list of things that you should have for the podcast.
Like maybe a sticky or two.
Let's see, laptop, microphone, I don't know, bourbon.
It is a bourbon podcast.
Yeah.
So sort of like a pre-flight checklist is what I'm hearing.
Right. We're kind of like knowing what time we're going to have the podcast.
I mean, that's also really very helpful. And I think in addition to that, one of the things on the list should be a laptop that's not dead.
Yeah, it's a hardware check.
Yes. We should talk about that.
Oh my God. Yes. So we are broadcasting live from Casa Manfredi with a new piece of equipment, only because our previously scheduled recording of this podcast had to be postponed because mine actually crapped the bed, for lack of a better term.
I think that is a technical term.
Yes.
I speak from Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I would go with that. I would defer to my friends in the Silicon Valley. So necessitated me to break the bank, buy a new gear, and here we are.
Welcome to the Mac Club.
Yep, I am now an official Mac user, and hopefully this will last us through many, many podcasts.
And we'll get you a pocket protector.
You don't have to do that. I'm ahead of you on that one.
Right.
Perfect.
What I need though, Jeff, is I need the tape on my glasses.
We can get you
brothers.
That'll work.
There you go. And Riley, that's a movie reference, that the movie that we were talking about just minutes ago.
Slapshot.
Oh, speaking of movies,
Yes.
this is the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I did see that.
Can you believe it?
No. How is that even possible? I'm looking for a piece of newspaper.
Yep. How many times did the Time Warp play at the Y?
I've lost track. So Riley, again, for those of you younger than 50, the Time Warp was a very cult movie.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm sorry, Rocky Horror Picture Show was a very cult movie.
For interrupting, but the younger generation is aware of that movie.
It is the longest continuously running movie.
What was that, Riley?
Yeah.
Oh, I have some friends who are obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah. So up in our area, when we lived together in West Newton, there's a movie theater in Harvard Square that will play it every Saturday night midnight. And folks would come dressed as the characters. They would bring props appropriate to different parts of the movie. And the soundtrack's actually fairly good. And the song The Time Warp was actually a pretty popular one at the time, and it got played an awful lot at our parties. 50 years, damn.
So someone once told me at one of our parties that I looked like Tim Curry's character in Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I cannot take that as necessarily a compliment. So
He may be still getting royalties from this, so that might be a thing.
Well, Barry Bostek was doing an interview. I think it's on CBS, their Sunday show tomorrow. So Barry Bostwick and Susan Sarandon were the leads.
Yep. Boy, that was a fun time.
Maybe that's just an easy Halloween costume for you.
Yeah.
That or Dave Grohl.
That'd be easier. Just put a wig on, you'd be all set.
Yeah, I need some extensions on my hair.
Just a bit.
So,
there's a lot of jokes in here that I think I'll pass on.
go ahead, do it.
Okay.
All
right.
Well, one last topic, and this
Yes,
is a group question, and I discussed this earlier. When participating in sampling and enjoying bourbon, is there a particular location or a time of day or a time of year that we all tend to like it more than others? Or is a spot that like just is your favorite spot to sit down and have a little sip? Riley?
Ooh. First thing in the morning, on a weekday. No,
Rise and shine.
I like to crush some bourbon in the backyard, kind of in the garden, after a day of work or in the weekend. But yeah, it's just peaceful out there. Definitely outdoors, I think is the
Yeah.
move.
Jeff?
A couple of places come to mind very quickly. First and foremost is the kitchen counter, where I would pour said bourbon. Certainly going outside in the backyard, that's a great place. And just finding a great bar anywhere, literally anywhere in the globe, where you can stand up at the bar. That's one of my favorite places to have a meal and a cocktail is to just sit at a bar. You've got all those beautiful brown liquid bottles in front of you. And so any of those places, and I mean it when I say, and having said drink with someone who's important in your world. I think that being together like that, whether it's in a work scenario or your personal life, is really awesome.
A side question to that too, and this is me. Every time I walk into a restaurant or bar, I immediately look to see what the bourbon selection is. Like knee-jerk reaction. I want to see what's on that shelf.
I do the same to a
Yeah.
to a fault.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah, there are times when we're being led to the table at a restaurant, and I split off from the very significant other. She's heading for the table, and I'm literally heading to the bar. And the comment that I always come up with is, "I'm going to go shopping," so that I
It's a
can.
great way of putting it.
You know what? It's much easier than reading a menu because I think for me, visually seeing the label reminds me I had it, tasted it. Oh,
I
what's
haven't
that
tried
one?
it.
Yeah. And as you guys all know, I love when I'm traveling especially for work or personally, I'm always asking what's local.
Yeah.
Uh, so
yeah,
it's
I
really,
like how you're adventurous like that, Jeff.
well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
Calm down. Calm down. Riley, I did that when we all went out to eat on the Cape this summer. I took a little detour. We were at Fisherman's View in Sandwich. We were getting seated to our table. And I said, oh, let me just,
Go shopping.
I went shopping. I went
Another sidebar to that
little window
was getting a tour at the new gig and in one of the restaurants, and I was looking over at the selection of bourbons, and the person taking me around said, "Oh yeah, we have plenty of bourbon." And I said, "There's no such thing as plenty of bourbon." So
set them straight.
yeah. So I guess mine for being away is always when we're up at Champlain at the
Oh,
sitting in front of the fire pit there right on the lake, which is where we were last time we recorded. So, but kind of like you, Jeff, getting home and if it's a night that I'm gonna have a sip is sitting at the table in the kitchen and then chatting about the day and about life with someone special and just and try and enjoy the moment.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I can even think of at least a couple of work environments where, I was traveling with a boss. He knows who he is. And there was a rooftop in New York where we were having a cocktail. We were, of course, talking about work stuff, but we also ventured into current events and we have different points of views. And we were just having a really great conversation, sharing those views, finding the middle ground. And that's something that I especially enjoy doing in the past years.
That's pretty cool.
And the times that the three of us have done our trips between Louisville
Yep.
and Hamden, Connecticut, those were some good nights.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Very good nights. So
I tell you, you all touched on having some on the outdoors, and yeah, to me that's kind of it. And I'm fortunate enough that I have two spots here. And Joe, you alluded to having it in front of the fire pit down up at the lake there, and I have one in my yard. And I tell you, man, that is a nice way to spend a night. Fire pit's up, like whatever my sip is. I don't have any devices going. I have no connection. I am offline, and I just kind of hang out. Nancy thinks I have a problem when I do that, but I really don't. And
Nancy thinks you have problems, but that is
yeah, it's on the list. It's somewhere on that list. And then the other spot is we have a front porch, and we have a little setup here with a couple of rocking chairs, and there's a love seat. And I tell you, that's a nice way to spend a summer night.
That's great. That's great. And is there? I'm sure there is up at the lake, Mark. But when you're in either of those places, is music playing?
Not always.
Yeah.
Usually at the lake.
Yeah, at the lake, yes. But
but when you're if you're in the porch or by the fire pit.
In my side yard, no, because I can hear just the crickets. I can hear the birds all over the place. Yeah, I just
nice.
Nothing.
Nice.
I'll fall asleep out there one of these nights. I promise. Guaranteed.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too cold.
Yeah, right. Come see me frostbite.
Right. Nancy will come out the next morning, see the deer and raccoon picking at you.
Right.
And then we'll be a 3-person podcast.
There you go.
But we'll do a memorial to you.
Make that a memorial episode, please.
Yes.
You can all tell bad stories.
Well, we could do that now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that's the thing about us is anything that we would say at any of our funerals is more than likely no worse than we would say to each other.
100%. Absolutely. No. Absolutely. That's beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Good. All
right.
I'm glad you all enjoyed the mystery.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Next one's on me.
All right, looking forward to that.
So, Larceny Wheated.
Larceny Straight Bourbon Whiskey Small Batch Wheated Bourbon Mash Bill.
Really nice job.
Yeah, you did well.
All right, boys. And again, everybody, thank you all for watching this. Please smash that like, that subscribe, wherever you find your podcast. We're very grateful for the audience. We hope to continue building it as we go on.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Take care.